Welcome back. We are on track 3 at the Great Southern Slam.
Game 497. It's been 70 years. No, it is game 7, I believe, on day 1, TGSS track 2. And we are pumped and excited. And if anyone was watching track 2 in the last game, you would have seen Canberra Vice City Rollers beat VRDL Queen Bees by 48 points. It was pretty spectacular.
Magic happens.
And if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it because I was announcing it and it was pretty good.
I'm going to watch it a little bit later on though.
But right now, pay attention to us here on track 3 because we're about to bring you all of the goodness. That is the South Sea Roller Derby against the Bunbury Roller Derby.
Bunbury playing in the red, South Sea playing in the blue. My name is Melodrama.
And I'm Psycho Dyko.
And we have our producer with us today, and that is Bernie Ouchie.
Thanks, Bernie.
She'll be passing us notes so that we sound clever. If you are mistakenly thinking that we are clever, we are not.
We fake it till we make it. Oh, and we have the Brawlers jammer sent straight to the penalty box. And that means we've got a power jam for the Krakens. And that is number 99. Lemmy Adam does have the lead out there on a power jam for the Sirens.
Let's see our producer earning her money already, pointing out that it's actually the South Island Sirens, not the South Sea Roller Derby League.
Apologies, too many Southern Aquatic teams. Oh, nice big hit there. Thrown to the outside. That was Ruckus, who has been sent off for that one. Lemmy Adam cruising around through the inside there for another big 5-point pass.
And I'll tell you who's playing for Bunbury today. In the red, we have 1337 Tink, 162 Titanium, 18 Slam I Am, 2 Caddy, 21 Bin Chicken, 394 Fakey, 462 Making You Bleed, 423 Spanksy, 52 Chitty Bang, 5446 Operation Ellie, 66 G Banghurst, 68 Horror, 7560 Rebel Wheels On, 887 Night Fury, and number 9 is Ruckus. The jam is on, and I believe jamming for Bunbury in the red is Fakey. Busting to the outside line for the South Island Sirens is Miss Disgrace. Both teams taking it easy, 4 points calling it off. And that puts the Krakens ahead. They start with 17 in jam number 1. That should be jam number 4, should it not? Jam number 2?
2 at least.
Jam number 2.
That's all right.
I'm just reading the scoreboard.
We do have an official time out.
See, everyone's squinting at the scoreboard. I'm going to guess people are going to squint some more until it gets fixed. It's not like they got the wrong team or anything.
Squinting at the scoreboard, and then we just had a referee skate off the track. What just happened? What's going on?
There's a lot of things going on.
So many things. We're very easily distracted. People shouldn't be doing so many things around us when we're trying to announce.
Shiny.
Pretty things.
South Island Sirens. I should tell you who's playing for the South Island Sirens. Or maybe you should.
Sure. I'll give it a crack.
All right.
All right, South Island Sirens, they are all the way from Hobart, Tasmania. And we have 101 Psycho Sapphire, number 11 Misfire Bug, 167 Pinky Bits, 2010 Bad Manager, 252 Hot Jam Donut, number 3 Bashful Bell, 30 Miss Disgrace, 39 Ostentatious, 84 Glasgow Kiss, number 9 Rambo Bright, and number 99 Lemmy Adam.
And Miss Disgrace is jamming for the Krakens.
Psycho Sapphire is jamming for the Krakens.
Right.
And she does have the lead. Oh, and she does a massive hit there from Caddy. Does take the 2 points, though. Wow, that was a hell of a hit that she just took, and she managed to call it off still. I'd still be lying there going, please, no more.
So I did read that name off the scoreboard. I feel what I should do is actually turn my microphone down and I'll have a much better game.
No chance, no chance. Stick with me, we've got this. We're going to make it to the end.
We'll limp if we have to.
Now it is Miss Disgrace wearing the star out there for the Krakens in the blue.
It's like I'm psychic.
You foretold the future.
Derby psychic. Miss Disgrace skipping her way through the inside line.
And Horror is currently wearing the star for the Brawl Stars, but she was called for a penalty, so that means we've got a power jam for the Krakens. Miss Disgrace, being the captain, is trying to set a good example to her team and charge out with as many points as she can, taking advantage of this power jam. The Brawl Stars, though, holding strong. Oh, inside line. She's still good.
Setting a Kraken pace. Oh, see, I said Kraken. I didn't mean to.
Well, you're not crack-a-lacking. Now Horror is back on track and trying to find a way around the outside. Miss Disgrace zigging and zagging. Tink to beat and makes it around.
No pack called. Miss Firebug sent to the penalty box.
Miss Disgrace coming around for another scoring pass. This is Horror's first scoring pass. So Miss Disgrace calling off the jam, stopping any points there for the Brawl Stars.
Horror definitely denied that opportunity.
Oh, a little bit of derby camaraderie on the line there. Both the jammers, just a little fist bump before they get cracking underway. Feel like someone should tell Lebenchy for the Krakens that there's something on his head. And it is the Krakens out with the lead. It is Lemmy Adam. Has the lead out there head-to-head against Night Fury. Packs now trying to get themselves reset.
Night Fury going in, hell for leather. Trying to whip around on the outside. I don't think she was able to grab. Oh, no.
It was a shanking. The Brawl Stars coming away with 3 points to 2 for the Krakens.
Fantastic work. We just can't quite get the levels on the microphones right, which is probably for the best because I've said some pretty stupid things so far.
Not a chance.
We will reset.
As these packs have reset as well. And that is number 39, Ostentatious, wearing the star for the Krakens. And bouncing through the inside for the Brawl Stars.
Bin Chicken.
Bin Chicken.
Bin Chicken you out. Bin Chicken is lead. Going around for the scoring pass.
Ostentatious with the star in hand, finding an opening to get loose as Bin Chicken is trying to get through on a scoring pass.
Ostentatious looking like she's trying to climb over the back of, I think it's Titanium.
It's definitely not the standard technique for roller derby.
No, it's reserved more for leapfrog and other similar sports.
And referees tend to generally frown upon the climbing over opposition players.
They don't like it.
Now I'll check when she comes around a little bit closer, but I think that might be Psycho Sapphire wearing the star for the Krakens. We are facing directly at the jammer line, so doing our best to call it as soon as we can. And yes, it is Psycho Sapphire for the Krakens. And that is 7560 Rebel Wheels on.
A lot of yelling going on from the Sirens. Get up to the front.
Oh, Horror
Body's
with a
tight in the
massive
front of
hit.
us. Lemmy Adam joining the track again.
Oh, Horror lining up that giant smash, but Psycho Sapphire holding on inside of the track. Ooh.
Psycho Sapphire skipping to the inside and calling that jam off.
Glasgow Kiss with the massive hit on Rebel Wheels on. Tell you what, there have been some huge hits on the tracks today, and I can't even imagine how much it hurts to hit that solid concrete. It's so shiny and so cold and so ouchy.
Definitely cold.
We have an official's timeout. The official's doing the official thing of just having a chat and finding out what's going on. If you look upon the grasslands, you will see a herd of zebra in their natural habitat. All is calm on the grasslands until a whistle scares them.
They do scatter, don't they? Bernie Ouchie here as our producer, our statistician. Just making the hands in the gesture of, I just made that up. I don't know.
That's all right. We referred to our statistician in the last game, but then we decided because they didn't actually exist, we would just overrule them anyway.
It's a random number generator at that point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It appears that the players are already playing.
Yeah, they're not waiting for
still standing there.
they're not waiting for the whistle. Oh, the jam timer. That's a brave jam timer though. Just held his ground.
Yeah.
This is my spot. This is my job. I'm not moving until I'm ready to blow my whistle.
And in the end, who won? Jam timer.
Always.
And that is Fakey jamming for Bunbury.
So my apologies, but I did miss what happened there. But Fakey B is out on a power jam and charging through for a big Grand Slam 5 points.
Our statistician didn't tell us.
So Psycho Sapphire is starting from the penalty box and is already up on her skates and charging out. Fakey B on her second scoring pass. Calling it off without giving Psycho Sapphire a chance to even get at the initial.
Yeah, but that's an interesting tactic, really. You would have thought you'd have another couple of seconds to score maybe another 4.
A lot of teams will try to stretch that out and try to, wait till they've done their initial coming round for their scoring pass, then call off the jam. But whatever works for your team.
Well, perhaps she was wanting to not waste any time because she was super quick calling that off and getting right off the track. Maybe they're being very mindful of trying to squeeze more jams in.
High potential for that. The Brawl Stars currently on 21 points and the Kraken's on 39. And it is the Brawl Stars that have taken the lead again. It's Chitty Bang. But Lemmy Adam is fresh out of the pack as well, hot on the heels of Chitty Bang. The Kraken's trying to form a tight pack as...
There's a hard knock there from G-Banger.
And Lemmy Adam not realising the referees have called a low block. So the jam has been called off and Lemmy Adam has the long skate around to the penalty box. And Horror, starting out with the star out there for Brawl Stars, is going to have a power jam straight off the bat.
That was a little confusing.
There was a lot going on.
It's kind of lucky that the jam was called off because that avoided the insubordination call for Lemmy Adam. Insubordination doubles the penalty. Better than a casino. You can guarantee that you double it. So lucky to avoid that.
It's the odds that the jammers don't want, though.
True story.
Kraken's down to 3 blockers on the track. Horror being called for a cut track.
Look at the frustration on the face there, knowing full well what she did.
And Lemmy Adam back at him. Did not sit the full 30 seconds, I don't believe, so Horror shouldn't be in there for too long. And they're already standing, ready to be released.
Lemmy Adam driven out of bounds. Rainbow Bright unable to drive them back. Pardon me, it wasn't Rainbow Bright, it was Ruckus.
So Lemmy Adam does have the opportunity and has taken it, got the lead. Horror, I believe, on her initial. Oh, Lemmy Adam just sliding through the inside. And sees that Horror was lining up for that big jammer on jammer hit, decides I don't want to play that game just yet.
No need to do that.
Let's not say we did.
We're in the giggle zone.
Highway to the giggle zone.
We are seated right in front of the quench bench.
Fabulous quench bench provided by South Australian Adelaide Council, I believe.
Ah, tastes like Adelaide.
Night Fury has blasted out in front for the lead. And Miss Disgrace has just been released from the pack as well.
Night Fury trying to sneak on through underneath those blockers.
She got down super low.
Super low.
Wasn't even on the radar.
4 points added for that effort.
Oh, but Miss Disgrace has also come through for a 4-point pass. Interesting tactics here from Brawl Stars. Gets another 4 points on the board and is going to give Miss Disgrace a chance to come around and get some more points as well. And she does, through the inside. 4-point pass.
Night looking for the outside.
Just going to go point for point here in this jam.
Ah. There's a minute left in this jam. But Night Fury asking game over to call that jam off. Many points added. 12 added to the Brawl Stars. 8 added to the Krakens. Scoreboard still in favour of the Krakens, 47, playing 38.
Psycho Sapphire back on the line for the Krakens. And I think that is Bin Chicken wearing the star again for the Brawl Stars as Psycho Sapphire takes the lead out in front for the Krakens.
And that's another power jam though.
Oh,
Bunbury will have all of the scoring opportunities. There was a forearm penalty being dealt to the Krakens.
oh, and she hadn't been given the lead, so
No.
Bin Chicken is taking that advantage now.
Bin Chicken,
Whoa.
no idea what she was doing.
Whoa.
Grinding to a complete halt.
It was like her bench said something. She just went brakes,
What?
all of the brakes. What? What was that,
That
guys?
was a lot of breaks.
Oh, so now call it. Okay. Yeah, get your points first.
And that also gives Bunbury the power start. Krakens are standing in the penalty box.
Just dragging that lead down now. It's Brawl Stars on 43, Krakens on 47. Psycho Sapphire is standing, as you mentioned, and she is ready to go. We do have one Brawl Stars blocker. Oh, just duck down low and go around the outside.
Track cut called. That is confusing to me. That's Rebel Wheels on. I'm not sure who that track cut was called on because I thought the player that knocked her out of bounds was out of bounds themselves.
And there was a re-entry. I think it was a re-entry.
No jammers on the track right now.
But both racing back out now.
All right, it's like the start again.
No.
Spanky taking the feet out from under the Kraken.
Psycho Sapphire coming around. So we will have to skate this one out full 2 minutes.
Oh, that was curious as well because I thought it was Spanky that drove Psycho Sapphire out of bounds, but they went back behind Horror. Perhaps just being overly sure.
There's been quite a few jammers actually taking that extra step with their re-entry just to be sure.
5 points added to the Krakens, 4 added to the Brawl Stars.
Clean penalty box right now. All blockers on track. Oh, looking for that outside line, getting taken out by Chitty Bang, and Rebel Wheels On goes for the stacks on approach. And Psycho Sapphire just taking a second there to have a moment.
That was a pretty big hit.
And
Sent off for a low block. I think it was a 1 penalty led to... So Psycho Sapphire, low block. While she was down, that was when Rebel Wheels On ran into the back of her. So the first penalty to be issued was on Psycho Sapphire. I think. I may have just made that up.
Either way, that's the end of that jam. It was a little chaotic down here.
Definitely chaotic. Let's check the scoreboard. 5 added to the Kraken score there on 52. 4 added to the Brawl Stars there on 47.
And we have a team timeout called.
We're more than halfway through this first half.
That is the Krakens who are going to take that team timeout. Everyone just take a moment.
Slow.
Have a breather. Let's figure out what happened. It was a bad game of leapfrog gone wrong down here in front of us.
If we focus on the derby, that might work better. Do you know where we are?
We're in Adelaide.
Adelaide Showgrounds. Thank you to our venue, Adelaide Showgrounds. You do a good one.
They go all right.
They go all right. They give us the ability to have 5 tracks, 2 warm-up tracks, a whole pavilion of people hanging off the bleachers, yelling and cheering. Adelaide Showgrounds, you go all right. I think I'm going to become a copywriter for advertising.
I think it's a thing. I can do the super speed fast talk at the end if you want.
Go on, do it.
Proudly brought to you by TGSS 2018.
I believe we have Fakey jamming in the red for Bunbury.
And Psycho Sapphire starting in the penalty box, so power jam straight off the bat for the Brawl Stars.
Fakey knocked out of bounds. The Sirens scrapping up the front, having a little difficulty getting their walls done. Slam I am trying to bust up those walls.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion when they do line up their walls, the Krakens, with the communication there. They're holding well initially, but as soon as the jammer hits them, there seems to be a little bit of chaos happens.
Jam being called off. 5 points added. 5 points added to the Brawl Stars.
We are almost at the halfway point of this first half. And we have 52 points for the Krakens and 56 points to the Brawl Stars. I believe that's a lead change.
Oh, yes. We have a tradition here at TGSS that when there is a lead change, you jump online and see if there is a rescue cat or dog sitting there waiting for you to adopt them. I love a good lead change.
But right now, Miss Disgrace putting on the star for the Krakens. And I believe that is Chitty Bang wearing the star for the Brawl Stars, but it is Miss Disgrace who has got the lead.
Not much between them, only a couple of metres. Miss Disgrace will be hoping to hit that pack first. Sirens trying to give some interference. Bunbury going for the big leap into the air, not landing anything. Kraken's pulling 2.
Chitty Bang coming through with the boom boom on that one. I think she might have been lucky to get away with that one myself, but...
yeah, no penalty issued. No low blocks. No anything.
Definitely not questioning our officials. They do a fantastic job.
No, they have game after game. It's pretty full on.
Oh, Brawl Stars just stepping straight through. That is ruckus. Just one big leap through the inside. as Lemmy Adam is trying to get loose, and she's out and free. Ruckus trying to get points on the board for the Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars now holding back. Oh, taking out Lemmy Adam. Tink with an awesome hit, throwing her off the outside of the track.
Obviously not Tink that took her out, or is it a track cut?
I believe Tink took her out, but she went back too far, trying for a huge yield and got the out of play. So.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
Ruckus trying to get some more points on the board, stepping through the inside.
Doing well to resist Glasgow Kiss pushing her out of bounds.
Has been called for a forearm for her treble.
That must have been on that corner right here. Corner 1.
And a back block called against Lemmy Adam. Big whistles going against the Jammers in this first half.
Lots of penalties.
They should follow the rules that my mum taught me. You should keep your hands to yourself. I don't follow the other rule. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Otherwise, I'd never be on the microphone.
We would be quiet.
And that'd just be boring.
If you don't have anything nice to say, just say it nicely. Ruckus trying to muscle through. Does so with some clever footwork. 4 points added for her treble. Lemmy Adam on the track. Makes her way through. That's 4 points for the Sirens.
That's one way to put the brakes on, Ruckus. Just use the opposition to slow you down.
And a back block being given to Bunbury, giving a power start to the Krakens. Bunbury going in there, asking for an official review, I think.
And it looks like she is going to go out there for the official review, so...
Making you bleed, asking for the asking the bench to go for an official review. Sakadako will run to the inside, sprint like the sleek athlete that she is. Yes, turtles are known for their speed. Hawaiian turtles, in fact. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. I'm going to tell you about them just as soon as I find the page. Here we are, sponsors. Oof. For over 70 years, Rydell has been the innovative leader in the roller skating industry. Rydell skates, their unmatched quality and unmatched performance. That is Rydell. All right, so Bunbury are calling for a back block. Referees are just conferring to see if it was in fact a back block. Thank you also to AJS Lighting Sound Events. Sales, hire and installation of audio, visual and lighting systems can be arranged for all commercial and domestic applications, including corporate functions and conferences. That is AJS Lighting Sound Events. So that official review did not go to the benefit of Bunbury. They've now lost their official review. No penalty was given. And everything resumes the way it was.
The review that they were trying to get on the back block, they were questioning the one at the back of the pack, which is not what the penalty was called for. Apparently it was for a back block at the front of the pack. So, yes, penalty still stands and they lose their official review.
Always a chance with an official review. Not very many of them are successful, I find.
Miss Disgrace, though, she came flying off those starting blocks. Does have the lead on the power jam. Great work from the Krakens there, stretching it out.
And it seems that every time Miss Disgrace takes to the track as the jammer, she gets lead.
Oh, was knocked off on the inside, so being forced to yield. Right as Ruckus is back on track.
Ruckus looking for a gap, found it. Not the lead jammer, but completed her initial.
Did look like she was going to skate off for a second there. I think she thought she might have got a whistle against her.
5 points, a jammer lap point going to Miss Disgrace.
Oh, Ruckus just staying up on those toe stops as she's shuffling her way backwards.
Miss Disgrace skipping through on the inside, 4 points added.
Oh, Ruckus trying to hold onto that outside line, not quite making it, being taken out by Psycho Sapphire and Ostentatious. But does find that inside line on her way back in.
Ostentatious rejoining the pack.
Miss Disgrace was looking to call it. Now getting the call from her bench to call it, but she's... Oh, yep. Decided she was just going to try and squeeze a couple more on. Looked like Ruckus was going to try a star pass there.
Definitely. Fakey with the pivot panty on.
Yeah, you take it. I don't want it anymore.
Nobody wants it. They hand
Don't.
back both of them. Scoreboard at the moment. 83 for the South Ireland Siren Krakens. Playing 75, the Bunbury Roller Derby League's Brawl Stars.
And it is Pinky Bits putting on the star for the Krakens. First time wearing the star of this game, I think. And same with Titanium for the Brawl Stars. First time rolling out. Keeping our statistician very busy with new jammers.
There are many, many pieces of post-it strewn across the table.
Just keeping her on her toes, keeping her honest. And we have had a star pass by the Krakens.
Yeah, to Lemmy Adam. Lemmy Adam has been solid in her jamming. She's been lead 3 out of the 4 times that she's jammed.
Holds on to that inside line and does get her points.
Chitty Bang with a bit of pace there, getting in the way of Lemmy Adam. Put the jam called to a halt.
Now there was a track got called and it was against Lemmy Adam for that inside squeaker through. So that means the Brawl Stars will start off this jam as a power jam. And it is going to be Night Fury pushing out from the line. Oh, trying to squeeze through. Oh, and we've had a lot of whistles blowing there. 1, 2, 3. Kraken's blockers gone. One Kraken sent back on track. Come back and see us later. There's no room for you right now.
Plenty of time for penalties later on.
Night Fury does have the lead. Lemmy Adam is back on track. Oh, wow. Psycho Sapphire. I've been allowed back on track. I'm just going to charge my way through.
Yeah.
Just absolutely decimate your wall.
Night Fury getting the pace on. Lemmy Adam closing the gap. There's like no one from the Sirens on the track.
There was a moment there where not a single Kraken's blocker
No one.
on track.
Which is, you know, I think we discussed this at a previous game. You get your points by getting your hips past your opposition's hips. To be able to get penalty points, or what we used to call ghost points, you have to get your hips past that first opposition player's hips. If everyone's off the track, no points. Good defense strategy, right?
Well, I think a lot of coaches would beg to differ and just be like, please just stay on the track.
Wherever possible. Few penalties happening here with Psycho Sapphire.
Oh, it looks like This is Miss Disgrace playing a bit of a game here.
With Fakey. Fakey's falling for it, though, following her around.
Fakey,
Alternatively,
fakey.
you could stay where you are and just wait her out.
Just stand still and wait for them to come all the way
Someone's
around.
going to run out of patience.
Because now you've both got to come all the way back around again. My goodness. I haven't seen that for quite a while, actually, must admit. Oh, and Fakey almost had that inside line. This Disgrace now taking the big run up. Now she has a lead after doing a lap and a half of the track.
It took 53 seconds.
She did an entire lap backwards. She put herself way back at the disadvantage.
Fakey trying for the inside, but gets a back block instead. That's another power jam. Jammer penalties are heavy today. Miss Disgrace engaging the pack.
Oh,
Bumping one out of the way. Jeez. Using skill rather than power, huh?
throwing herself at Ruckus. Ruckus not a gentle foe to be dealing up against either. She's been throwing some mega hits down. All right, we have just over 30 seconds to go, so it looks like we're going to squeeze in one more jam here in this first half.
I think halftime will be a good opportunity for both teams to just calm themselves. Look at the penalty spiral, look at the jam penalties and what is causing them, and maybe a little bit more focus on the communication on the track so everyone knows what's going on. I think all of those things put together would certainly help.
Communication is the key, and yeah, we've definitely seen it in the packs. The Brawl Stars pack doing quite well with their communication and holding their walls very strong. I say as Let's Go Kiss comes in and it just absolutely annihilates them all.
Ostentatious though. Track cut.
Racing back to the penalty box.
Fakey.
Oh.
Fakey on the power jam.
Psycho Sapphire just taking her out on the inside.
And
We
a
do have a
pass.
star pass. That
and
is
that
Night
forces
Fury.
Night Fury back behind the blockers.
Oh, Psycho Sapphire. She is a demon with the jammer penny on, and an absolute nightmare for jammers as a blocker by the looks of it as well.
Psycho Sapphire drawing back too far, so Night Fury able to re-enter the track in front of her.
Got to work on that awareness, knowing how far you can take them back. That's twice now, I believe, that it's happened to the Krakens. Trying to drag the jammer back too far.
Night Fury is getting some big hits there, taking a little bit longer to get up each time hitting that very hard concrete. But there's no lead jammer. There was a star pass, so no one can call the jam off.
Oh, nice
20
work.
seconds left.
Night Fury just ducking underneath the arms of the two blockers from the Krakens. Psycho Sapphire has been sent to the penalty box. She did a low block on Night Fury, and they did start one blocker short because they were too slow in getting onto the track.
4 points added to the Krakens. And again, like we were saying, everyone needs to calm down. Psycho Sapphire sitting on many penalties, maybe 5, maybe 6, and of course the limit here is 7 for the game, and this is only the first half.
And we are going to go into halftime with the South Island Sirens Krakens on 98 points and the Bunbury Roller Derby Brawl Stars on 100 points. A nice tight game leading into the halftime break. I think we should all take this opportunity to just breathe, just harness our zen, center our chi, get things under control.
Yeah. I'm going to take a few minutes to get my chakras happening. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Welcome back. We are on track 3 of TGSS and we are watching the South Island Sirens, the Krakens in the blue, and they are playing the Bunbury Roller Derby Brawl Stars in the red.
Now, I did get confirmation in the half-time. Number 101, Psycho Sapphire, is on 6 penalties. And she's about to return from the penalty box, so hopefully she will not have any more happening, because she will be a big loss to the South Island Sirens. Not saying that they can't hold their own without her, but she is a very solid jammer and blocker out there for them. But we do have Miss Disgrace, the captain, taking off with the star straight away, getting the lead for the Krakens.
Miss Disgrace, a big point scorer, 57 in the first half.
And Horror is wearing the star out there for the Brawl Stars, has just made her way through the pack.
Horror getting down low, cruising on into that pack.
Coming through for a scoring pass as Miss Disgrace comes for her second scoring pass. So 4 on the board for the Brawl Stars. And Miss Disgrace getting the call from the bench to keep rolling round.
Multiplayer block given to Bunbury.
It's Tink taking some time out.
Miss Disgrace making sure she re-enters the track correctly. Has a couple of goes at it. In the meantime, Horror continues on, putting points on the board. That jam starting at least a little calmer than the first half.
It's the calm before the storm as they get ready to release the Kraken.
12 points added to the Krakens, 8 points added to the Brawl Stars.
So we've had another lead change back to the Krakens.
More dogs, just saying. You could get a dog with hair.
What about one without?
You could get one of each. There's going to be a couple more lead changes.
Lemmy Adam giving the wave on the way around there as she got the lead. Believe that might be the Van Diemen Rollers down on the sidelines, so cheering on their fellow Tasmanians. Lemmy Adam back on track and calls it off as Chitty Bang was getting ready to come flying into that pack.
Chitty Bang hits the hack hard, doesn't she?
She does. Chitty Bang comes through with a boom boom every time.
Chitty Bang does a boom boom. I see where you're going.
Don't Google that in videos, kids.
Or if you're going to, do it from your work computer.
Always highly recommended.
That's Fakey jamming for Bunbury in the red.
And
oh, is that Ostentatious?
it is Ostentatious wearing the star, and she does have the lead for the Krakens.
Fakey having to make their way back behind the pack.
Copping a big hit there from Psycho Sapphire, who is not pulling any punches. She might only have one penalty up her sleeve, but she is going to just charge out and play her game.
Doesn't matter, let's throw him out there.
Oh, Ostentatious being taken a long way back by Ruckus. Just taking a second before she re-enters. And there is a cut track called against Fakey B. So Ostentatious with a power jam for the Krakens.
And Ostentatious calling that jam off, which will give the Sirens a power start.
I'm still intrigued. I get the logic behind it, but I am still intrigued by the quick call-off when you get the power jam.
Yeah, well, it means you have to remake that initial pass, doesn't it? So potentially losing 5 points. But maybe it's a fatigue thing. Maybe you think there's another skater who is more competent at scoring points for that particular situation.
Fresh set of legs to charge at the power jam, and that is Lemmy Adam.
And the penalty's been called.
Looks like a directional play against Brawl Stars. That's making you bleed. And we do have Jammer setting up in the penalty box. Fakey getting ready to charge back out as Lemmy Adam gets put on her bottom. Looks at her benchie and goes, "Oh, a little too soon, but I'm on the ground. I didn't want to get back up. Don't make me do it."
Yeah, I think probably too soon because Fakey had not made her initial pass yet. So you would have had a little bit more time to be able to put more points on.
I think Lemmy Adam took the hit the ground, looked up, saw the Jammer standing right over the top of her and
Reflex.
went, "Oh crap." And then went, "Oh crap." Too soon, a little too soon.
No takebacks here.
Bin Chicken trying to charge out for the Brawl Stars, and it is Miss Disgrace with the lead for the Krakens.
Bin Chicken giving a cuddle to Psycho Sapphire, as you said, sitting on one more penalty.
Bin
Like
Chicken.
it ain't no thing.
Oh, the inside line. Bin Chicken has definitely not been chickening out of throwing herself into these situations.
5 points added to the Sirens. Miss Disgrace managing to pull the Jammer lap point.
Bin Chicken there with a very smooth move sliding towards the camera going, "Yeah."
It's all about the image.
Hello, everybody at home. I've been chicking you out.
I think that's Night Fury jamming for Bunbury.
Bit of a false start off the whistle there. Oh, it's Chitty Bang.
Chitty Bang. Oh, that's a big fall.
Oh, and let me at him. Is he out? And she's in. And she's out. No, where is she going?
Let me at him.
No, she's been called for the...
behind everyone.
She did, but she still got called for the cut.
Ah. A few seconds wasted there.
I think double guessing herself. That unsurety. Unsurety? Is that her word? Sure. Anyway,
Unsurety. Lack
that
of
thing.
surety.
She was scared, so she went back, and then she got a call for the penalty anyway. She had to go to the penalty box.
Anywho.
All of that. And, oh, Chitty Bang. Some pretty moves there to get through.
Oh, the ricochet and the pirouette. 5 points for that.
Only 5. That's a bit harsh, judges. I'd say it at least was a 7.8.
That would be a problem.
Oh, Chitty Bang trying to make her way back onto track. Went flying right back off the other side and has been called for the cut for her trouble. As Lemmy Adam now has the power jam, telling her blockers just clear out, just move aside.
This jam will go the full 2 minutes. That's another 35 seconds. 5 points added to the Sirens score. A lot of calls and no pack.
Oh,
Lemmy still in the penalty box.
Lemmy Adam getting crushed but bouncing straight back out.
5 points added to the Sirens again. Chitty Bang is standing in the penalty box.
The Krakens do have E-Banger, trapped at the back of the pack.
E-Banger's like a more contemporary version of a gangster.
A bit classier.
Just more contemporary. Not judging, just timelining.
But there was excellent work there by the Krakens, getting 5 more points out of that jam. So we have the Brawl Stars on 118, and the Krakens have stretched it out, 139 points.
No pack allows the jam a little bit of breathing space. And that is Miss Disgrace marching on through. Ruckus getting sent off for a penalty track cut, I believe. Yes, track cut. Another power jam. And Miss Disgrace calling that power jam off. Perhaps she was unaware that it was power jam. Yeah, looking a little bit like,
yeah.
Sorry, didn't see.
That was a thing.
Did not see. And Miss Disgrace goes back onto the track.
Just going out there as a pivot.
They've got a pretty short roster. So I'm guessing we might see the star in her hand anytime soon.
Lemmy Adam is wearing it right now for the power start. Oh, being absolutely pinballed through the middle of the brawlers.
Lemmy through for lead jammer.
Bin Chicken heading to the penalty box. Go and join her jammer.
Lemmy Adam already scored 30-something points in this game.
Wow. And there's another 5.
I think that's like 41 points now.
Oh, wow.
Hitting the pack there super hard.
That's one way to break up a wall with your face.
Track cut dealt to 2 caddy for that one.
Ruckus is back on track. Has made her initial pass already and is putting on the afterburners. Ready to create a ruckus.
Lemmy Adam sails through that blocker pack.
Did
Like
she
there was a
call it off in
big gap.
time? No, 2 points on the board for Ruckus. The Kraken's blockers had just fallen a little bit too far behind, giving Ruckus that opportunity to get those points.
And they're sitting on 158 after that 14-point jam, and the Brawl Stars are sitting on 120 after adding 2 points to their score. Just under 20 minutes left in this game.
I would say the Krakens have been released. They are charging ahead.
Night Fury caught in the back there.
Ostentatious out in front with the lead for the Krakens. Oh, Night Fury just getting crushed.
That again was Sapphire. Night Fury trying to jog through, covered by her own blockers. That seems to have worked.
Lots of whistles. That was a 5-point jam there. None on the board for the Brawl Stars. Chitty Bang back on the line. I believe going head-to-head against Miss Disgrace.
And both teams using short rosters of jammers and pivots. You got Chitty Bang with Ruckus, and you've got Miss Disgrace with Lemmy Adam. Chitty Bang pulling off the apex jump to clear her initial pass.
Oh, Chitty Bang coming in super fast. So was Miss Disgrace, nearly falling into the laps of the Van Diemen rollers. Three points for the Brawl Stars and none there for the Oh, sorry, 3 for the Krakens. 3 points apiece. Keeping it tight.
The Kraken's a little bit in front. And it's the Brawl Stars' second game for today. They only had, I think, a 2-game break.
Wow.
Unlucky draw for them. Are they going to be able to keep their legs for the rest of this game? There's only, I think, 15 minutes to go.
Oh, and a big fall there for Titanium as we do have Ostentatious coming around on her scoring pass.
Psycho Sapphire out the front blocking Titanium, I believe.
Ostentatious is still on her initial scoring pass. Or first scoring pass, I should say, not to confuse the issue too much.
No, I don't need your help to be confused, thanks.
123 to the Brawl Stars, 171 to the Krakens. They are really stretching out that lead now, just at 5 points at a time, as Miss Disgrace goes back on the line against Fakey B.
It's like they're approaching it like a kind of a power jam here, with the jammers trying to find a gap on the inside line. On the outside line, pardon me, the opposite. of the inside time.
There has been a pile up here on
Faithy
turn
with
1.
2 to beat. Does though.
Oh. Slam I am with the big slam on Miss Disgrace, who does have the lead.
Mr. Disgrace
Pinball
scooting
through.
around. Scores it and calls it off. 4 points added to the Krakens.
South Island Sirens have scored points every jam here in the second half. And they have 30 lead jams. 30 leads.
They have every lead.
Every lead here in the second half.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Thank you to our producer Bernie Ouchie for making Psycho Darko and I sound clever.
We are so smart. SM Marty. Brawl Stars have a power jam right now. Ruckus out in front with the lead on this power jam. We do have the Krakens jammer in the penalty box.
We haven't seen Psycho Sapphire being held off from any jams yet, have we? 6 penalties. Phew.
That's it. But they haven't given her the star either, though.
True story.
Keeping her on track,
Nobody
but
wants
keeping
to
her
foul
away
out
from
your
the
jammer.
star. That's it.
5 points added to the Brawl Stars.
Ostentatious back on track. Straight into it. Oh, Ruckus just pushing her way through.
4 points added to the Brawl Stars. 4 more points. That's 9 all up for that jam. Kraken still have the lead, 175, playing 132.
Psycho Sapphire did have one of the referees just trying to get her attention to let her know that her numbers had flipped upside down.
How bad would it be if you got fouled out on a uniform?
She did double check. She went, "Was that a penalty, sir?" And he said, "No, I'm just giving you a warning, just giving you a heads up that they're upside down. Fix it, and we're good." So that was very good of him. And Miss Disgrace does have the lead. Was flying out in front of Bin Chicken, who was flying around. Oh, it's tiptoes around the outside. Miss Disgrace getting the call to just keep skating.
Putting the pace on as well. Bin Chicken half a lap behind. We can hear the squeals of call it.
I think
Miss Disgrace trying to put some more points on the board first.
she's still getting the signal from her benchy to just keep going. I think he is trying to get that blocker out of the bin. But it is allowing the Brawl Stars blocker out of the bin as well, so now that she's been released, let's see if... No, just keep going. Miss Disgrace now about to overlap Bin Chicken, though. Maybe this is what he was looking for.
Well, the Kraken's playing with 11 players, so with a short roster, you do have to think through a lot of your tactics in a slightly different way. You don't have as many penalties to play with. You don't have as many fresh legs to play with. Think that one through. Anywho.
But they're all...
Maybe that explains the slightly different approach.
We do have just over 11 minutes to go here in this second half. We have the Krakens on 191 points, the Brawl Stars on 143 points. We have Horror taking a seat in the penalty box right now for the Brawl Stars.
Horror must be on some penalties.
It's got to be getting up there. And we have Night Fury. Woo! That's not how you play Derby.
No.
That's not doing it right, ladies.
Someone's lucky to not get a back block for that. Or a low block.
Glasgow Kiss, though, wearing the star for the first time out here for the Krakens and has the lead.
Looking pretty smooth on the skates there, Glasgow Kiss sailing around. Night Fury not given the opportunity to score any points. Jeez, Night Fury gets down low.
There's an interesting little call off there by Glasgow Kiss. She was sort of contemplating it first, slightly tapping, just fingertips, and then, all right, yeah, okay, I'll call it off. My Benji said it's allowed. And it looks like we are going to have a team timeout called by the Krakens. We do have the Brawl Stars on 143 points, the Krakens on 195 points. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the second half.
I think that's the first time that Night Fury hasn't scored in their jam. I'm not sure. Our producer's starting to get a little bit more uncertain. Oh, wow. Okay. What Bernie was unsure about was whether it was the first two jams of this game or the first two jams of the tournament that Night Fury hasn't scored when they've been jamming.
Wow.
That's quite amazing. I mean, Night Fury hasn't done as many jams as the other jammers, but really, it's about the quality here, isn't it?
That's it.
That's a pretty impressive statistic.
As a jammer, it's all about those points. It's what everyone wants to see. So if you're the one putting those on the board, doesn't matter when you're doing it or how you're doing it, just get her done. So Chitty Bang now going head-to-head against Miss Disgrace. Chitty Bang trying to work the inside line. No go. Goes the outside. Oh, Glasgow Kiss tried to chase her down.
Yeah,
Chitty Bang just ducking underneath.
Yeah, that was good leg work.
Miss Disgrace was almost on the loose, but been trapped back in again by the Brawl Stars.
Good work there by the Brawl Stars.
Oh, nice work there by Chitty Bang, getting down low on that inside for the big 5-point scoring pass.
Chitty Bang going in backwards, one leg out.
Oh, that tumble turn kept her inside the track. She's got some pretty fancy footwork, Chitty Bang. Oh, Lemmy Adam just says, I see your fancy footwork, and I
raise you with my hip.
I raise you with a smackdown.
Lemmy Adam with the star in hand. Probably putting it back on now, though.
Now, will we see Chitty Bang calling it?
Yeah, Chitty Bang with some fancy footwork to get her way through. Ducking under while she curved around. Grabbing 5 points for her team. Not many minutes left. Only 8 and a bit. The Brawl Stars sitting on 153, looking a little bit out of reach to the Krakens. They're on 195. So it's that 42 points the difference.
And we do have Game Over has called an official review, given 2 points to Miss Disgrace, but also told Miss Disgrace, you are going to have to report to the penalty box, please. You did cut the track right at the end of the jam, and Miss Disgrace nodded in a very compliant manner and said, okay, I will do that.
This half not going very well for the Brawl Stars, in the sense that they've only got lead jammer twice in this half. So it's been all about the Krakens this half.
And it looks like that's going to bring Titanium back up to the line again for the Brawl Stars. Got herself a power jam. The Krakens just wrapping Titanium up in their tentacles.
Tentacles.
And Titanium is on the loose with the lead on a power jam, but here comes Miss Disgrace. The Kraken has been released from the penalty box.
takes no time in completing that initial pass either.
Oh, Pinky Bits trying to chase down Titanium, who just went. Sorry, did something just
Something
touch
happened?
me? Something touched me?
No. I'll just take these 5 points and keep going.
It's an interesting call off there from Titanium. Not quite
Not quite.
getting those hips. Must have done though, because the referee called the jam. I'm a big fan of the big hands call off
Big
myself.
hands call off is
Big
great.
hands, slap the hips. There's no way the referees can mistake that for anything else.
No, there was look, anyone who followed the Men's World Cup, and it was the France versus Australia game where France were pretty much won. Whistle had blown, everyone was like, hey, go France. And then the bench manager Yana Nuku for Australia called an official review saying that the jam wasn't actually called off properly, therefore we should have another jam, and Australia won. So big hands, people, that's the lesson.
All about the big hands. I mean, it's hard to be about the big hair when you're wearing helmets, so it's got to be about the big hands.
That's right, the substitute is there. So yeah, very clever bench work from Yana Nuku, and that was one of the examples we can see where the bench, really does contribute very directly to a positive game result. So yeah, good job, Yana. You should think about a career in roller derby.
Too soon. Ruckus on the line for the Brawl Stars. And it looks like Miss Disgrace is just ready to roll again. Ruckus just running down that inside line.
The determination on the face. The rugby start, absolutely working a treat. Grab and lead jam status.
And Miss Disgrace going with the skating technique instead of the running.
Slidey.
But Ruckus is through for a 4-point pass.
Half a lap in front. There's a pile up of bodies there. Couldn't quite see what happened.
All I know is that Ruckus has come out with some big points and her bench is very happy. Miss Disgrace has got 4 points on the board for the Krakens. And Ruckus is going to just keep skating.
Ruckus does have lead, so can call the jam off whenever she wants to. Bunbury really need to start thinking a little bit more calm. Giving some walls would certainly assist at their defence.
And they got what they wanted. They got the cut track called on Miss Disgraced. Some quick footwork there from the Bunbury Rollers to get that cut track. Ruckus pushing through for another big 5 points on the board for the Brawl Stars. And getting the call. What is that?
What was that call, Ruckus?
What?
That looked more like the locomotion.
Thought it was the start of the Macarena.
Oh, hey.
Macarena. So we've got Brawl Stars starting it off with a Power Jam. Night Fury going to roll out on the line. I believe we're going to have a timeout called by the Krakens. We have just over 4 minutes left to go here in the second half. Brawl Stars on 180 points, Krakens on 211 points. We didn't do a selfie before.
This timeout gives us the opportunity to tell you who our sponsors are. I just need to find the page with the sponsors. We've got, for over 70 years, Rydell has been the innovative leader in the roller skating industry. Rydell skates, unmatched quality, unmatched performance. That's Rydell. Alrighty, we are back on the track.
So it is Night Fury with the power start for the Brawl Stars. Oh, she's getting down low behind Bin Chicken.
Jammer is standing in the penalty box though.
She is fast, so Night Fury is out, has the lead. Oh, just eyeballing. It said, hey, mate, as she goes past Miss Disgrace. I love it.
Yeah, that wasn't really intimidation. It was more of a g'day.
Yeah, I thought for a second there was going to be like, yeah, let's no.
No.
Hey, come play with me.
It's very different vibe on the track, isn't there?
It's quite chill. Oh,
That was a big, dramatic fall there from Night Fury. This time of day, that is gonna hurt.
big smile on the dial, though. She's like, nah, that's
Yeah,
all
right.
right.
Let's roll around.
I take that. That was a fair call.
211 to the Krakens. They are still in front of the Brawl Stars, 184. That is a difference of 27 points. Did you see how fast my maths was then? 27 points, 3 minutes.
That was good. Good math.
They're going to have to score 7 to 8 points per minute, rather, to catch up. Lemmy Adam trying to make her way through. Forearm block called on number 2, Caddy.
And Fakey around the outside. Lemmy Adam coming around very quickly around the track. Did someone hit her then, or
I didn't think so.
I think her skate might have got caught on the track, but not 100% sure. Oh, Fakey with a nice mono line through the inside. Just keep skating seems to be the call from the bench.
Seems to be a common call from the bench.
I know jammers love that. Just keep skating. You're fine.
I can do that.
You're good to go, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Lemmy Adam caught behind Fakey. Fakey now having to hop onto the inside. All of the skaters now concentrating on Fakey. Players are starting to take out referees. Things need to calm down.
It's starting to get pretty scrappy.
The other thing that is happening here, which you might not realise from being able to watch online, is that the temperature is dropping significantly. Just in the last half hour, it's at least 2 or 3 degrees colder in here. It's a concrete floor. It's Adelaide. It's been raining for like a week. The floor is actually starting to get a bit more slippery because there is a bit of condensation in the air. So we're going to start to see quite a few more big falls, and that's going to have to change the way that teams approach their both offense and defense. I suggested running a sprinkler on the track to keep it even all day long. They said no. Why are you here?
Who are you? Please stop talking to us.
Miss Disgrace doesn't want to listen to what I have to say either. She is through on the outside line. There is a fair bit of pace on both those jammers. Miss Disgrace is not going to be able to outrun Ruckus.
Oh,
Bouncing off the back of that blocker.
that was Chitty Bang with the boom boom once again. Chitty Bang goes bang.
Ruckus through, completing a 4-point pass.
Ruckus did overlap Miss Disgrace on that there, but Miss Disgrace still getting the call from the bench to just keep rolling. I think trying to make sure there is no time left on the clock, and there has been a star pass to Chitty Bang. Miss Disgrace just checking the time,
Yeah,
gets told to call it off very quickly. She's like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm running away.
So that is us unofficially done. It looks like we've got the Brawl Stars on 198 points and the Krakens, the South Island Sirens, 232 points.
Thank you so much to all of the referees and non-skating officials. What an amazing crew that you've assembled here today.
And a big shout out to Bernie Ouchie for being our fantastic producer. Big shout out to you,
And to you too, Psycho.
Mel
What
O'Drama.
what
It's
a
always a
team.
pleasure.
What a team. Thank you for joining us. The next game will be starting in... Oh, meant to be starting now.
Good times.
We will see you back on the YouTube track in just a few moments.